Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Weekly Wave. We've got some good things to cover today. First thing we want to talk about is the rollover for 22-23. It's been completed. Now your queues are filling up with the STN and ownership wizard requests. So please begin to work your STNs and the STN wizard. And if you're unsure on how to resolve one that's in your queue, you can assign it to the state and we can assist with resolving it. Also, there's several ownership wizards that are out there that need to be resolved. So if you'll work with the district you're in conflict with, that'll help get that issue removed from your queue. Transfers. Okay, so last week we talked about how the tool is now up and working and that parents just need to go to the online application and click here to open. And once they do, they'll receive this page, which is next. In it, you'll have to populate the student's first, middle name, last name, date of birth, grade level, gender, ethnicity. And if they do not have an STN, if they've been enrolled in homeschool, private school, they've moved from another state or country, or they've never attended a public school in the state of Oklahoma, they want to check this box. When they do that, it sends it to create a new STN. These fields that are starred here are required for it to do that because that's what we need in the STN wizard or process to create a new STN. If not, they would just populate the existing one that they have below. So that is now currently working and has been doing pretty well. There are some new features that are coming out either tonight or tomorrow is what I'm being told. So I want to share those with you. You will be able to request an STN in your transfer app beginning either tonight or tomorrow. So what you would do, here's a screenshot of it, enter a new student. You would have to provide the fields that I just talked about, first name, last name, date of birth, grade, gender, and ethnicity. That will send the information through the STN creation process. And once it's created, it sends it back into the app. So I think that's going to be helpful from the district side to be able to enter some of these that are paper forms where they don't have an STN. Next, what's new is you will be able to modify a student's grade level on items that come in through your transfer queue that are incorrect. So how it's going to look is it'll show the grade in an edit field. You click on it and you'll get this drop down. You select the correct grade level for the student. And at that point, it's going to adjust where they are in your queue per grade at the time that the parent entered it into the system. So, I mean, that's exciting, I believe, for some of our districts that are having issues with that. Also, right now, when you have a transfer that's awaiting STN, you're not able to see that. This will be visible throughout the system in the open transfer queue and in search results beginning tonight or tomorrow. So that will be helpful. So it aligns and you know that that particular student is awaiting an STN. Also, transfers that are in the open transfer queue will be visible for view only mode anywhere in the system, but you can only edit it when it's in the open transfer queue. So like editing your grade level, you can only do that in the open transfer queue. So that's, I feel, really good news and kind of can help resolve some of the issues we've seen with grade levels being wrong and it in the wrong order in your queue. So look for that, like I said, either tonight or tomorrow. And if you've got questions with it, please don't hesitate to email us or call us. PEBT, they're still working on the training modules. They're almost complete. And the training will show you how to make the changes changes, applicable changes in the accountability reporting application. And once the training is available, you'll be able to make those changes at the same time. So look for that, and we'll let you know as soon as it is available and ready for you to process those changes. Ed Plan. Okay, so we just added the new Ed Plan integration guidance. It's now available, and it's located on our page under the student information, documents and guides, and it's under the external website section. So please be sure that you're going out and reviewing that documentation to see if there, what changes have been made. Also, I want to note that, and I should have said this on the rollover piece, but we still are showing a lot of districts that are sending us last year's data. So please reach out to your vendors and make sure that change has occurred in your system. Okay, medium of instruction. Basically, it defines the media through which a teacher provides instruction to your students and how the students and teachers communicate about instructional matters. For example, technology-based instruction in a classroom, correspondence, face-to-face instruction, virtual, online, distance learning, center-based instruction. So when you're setting up your sections, and I know most of you have already probably done that, but please review those and make sure if you're offering a class that's both for at school or virtual, that you have 2 sections for that one class that define whether it's at school or if it's virtual. We are doing WAVE consolidated training, and the schedule is on the slide below or in front of you. Basically, we're going to start off in Woodward on August 22nd, and all training dates or times are from 9 to 3 each time. So it's going to be at the High Plains Technology Center in Woodward. And on Tuesday, we will be in Pryor, Oklahoma at Northeast Tech. And same time. And on Wednesday, we're going to be at the Kiamichi Tech in McAllister from 9 to 3. And on the 25th, we're going to be at Cameron University in Lawton at McCaslin Ballroom from 9 to 3. And then we'll be back on Friday in Oklahoma City at Metro Tech. There is a link to register on our page. And also during, if you're traveling to one of these locations and you need directions or information about the location, you can call us at 405-522-6570, and someone will be available to answer your questions. Also, if you have other questions about this, you can email us at studentdatainfo@sde.ok.gov. Right now, we're seeing having a lot of questions about new WAVE accounts or even old WAVE accounts. So if you're providing WAVE access to a new employee, your superintendent will need to provide the employee with a single sign-on access and then give them the role for WAVE access and what role they want in the WAVE. So once that's been completed, the employee will need to contact OMES and request an affiliate's login if they don't have one. So, and this can take up to 24 hours for your access to be provided. And also, if someone does have an affiliate's logon and they're unable to get into the WAVE, they've forgotten their credentials or it's just not working properly, you're going to still need to contact OMES. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to reset passwords or even see what your affiliate's login is. That's why you have to go through OMES. So you can contact them at servicedesk@omes.ok.gov, and they can assist you with that. And they're pretty timely. So just be sure that you're reaching out to them if you're having trouble getting in. Other than that, if you have questions, throughout the week, you can contact us at studentdatainfo@ste.ok.gov. And also we have documents and guides under the student-information documents and guides on the OSDE website. So that is really all that I have today. And I do see that we've got 3 questions in the chat so far. Would I go over the rollover once again? So let me go back to that slide. So it's complete right now. So right now your STN wizard and ownership wizards are filling up. You just need to make sure that you're working your STN and working with your ownership wizards, reaching out to the districts that you're in conflict with. So what role options are available in the wave? Missy, I don't know right off the top of my head. Whoever assigns those roles, I know there is like state reporting. There's different ones. I can check on it and then give you a call back, Missy. Okay. Jennifer's asking about the ETA for the 22-23 reporting requirements calendar will be posted. We are working on that. It has to be reviewed and approved, and then we'll get it posted for you. Medium of instruction guidance. I don't have any of that at this point. I will check and see if there is plans to post a guidance for that. If there is, I'll let you know as well, Jennifer. Ladina, where's the registration of the WAVE meeting? It should be on our page in the WAVE under student information. So just go to where we normally post our WAVE meetings, and you should see the registration there. Amanda asked, first 9 weeks, can it be nine-ish weeks or exactly 9 weeks? It's just however you define it. I mean, it needs to be, I don't think has to be exactly, but around that 9-ish weeks. Debbie's asking, should we go ahead and change our SIF to report 23? Yes, ma'am. I would go ahead and start that reporting. Renee, on the student transfer application, we are denying several students now due to capacity. We want to be on a waiting list. You want them to be on a waiting list, and thought that was how it happened in the application. We are not seeing the waiting list being populated. Is this happening, or what do we need to do differently with these students? Renee, I'm not really sure about that. I'll have to check with our developer on that, because I agree with you. I'm not seeing the waiting list being populated. So I can check with our developer and get back to you, Renee. And Cody just posted the WAVE training link. Thanks, Cody. Is there any more questions? The time frame, Kelly, is it normally once we send it to request for STN. If it's creating a new one, it's going to go through the STN process. So it's in our queue to work, or it could be in your queue to resolve. So once it's resolved or we worked it, it takes about an hour to get back into the transfer system. So if you have any emergencies that need to be processed, you can always reach out to us and we can see about getting those resolved. Anybody else have any questions?
On the STN Wizard, it's a new format, I guess. And when it asked me if this is a new or out of state person, and I say, or if they've been to any other school. And when I say no, there's no other place to go.
Well, what it does is it sends it to us to create a new STN. The system does not allow the districts anymore to create STNs. Those come to us as a state assistant. Now, it should give you a place to put notes in there, like new student from.
Oh, yes.
Like that, or
yeah.
New PK student is what we're seeing. And it's also helpful to know who's submitting that. That way, if we have questions, we can turn around and call you.
Oh, okay. So once I answer the question, yes, no, or whatever, then it goes to you guys.
It does.
Okay, good to know. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Kelly, you're talking about an actual STN as an identifier and the export of the transfers via Excel. I am not sure, and we'll have to check on that. Okay, Terry is asking, is there a reason we have to match students in the STN Wizard that are 100%? I have asked that question myself, but we also have to match them that are 100. And I think the reason it starts out when it's submitted and may not be 100% at first, and something else gets added and brings it up to that match, is what I've been told before. So initially, Terry, when it's matched, it wasn't 100%, and then somehow gains that. I can reach out though to CPSI and see if what changed with that, because I know it did a while back. 100% were not an issue and they matched automatically. So I can check with them and see what changed.
Yeah, if you don't mind, because larger districts, it's very time consuming to match every single new student you have every school year.
I understand. So I will check with Andy and see what changed and why they're not automatically matching, and get a better explanation for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jennifer wants to know, should we utilize the wave for STNs and data ownership, or should we use these apps found on the SSO? You're going to have to use for ownership and STNs. It's the apps that are on SSO. Yes. Yes, Chris, I can also let you know about the STN and the Excel export as well. I hope everyone's excited about the changes that they're making or that we're making in the transfer tool. I think it'll be helpful. All right, well, if there's no other questions, I'll stay on for a bit, and but we can go ahead and end the call. Class size app. Will this replace data entry in the accreditation app? I do not know the answer to that, Amanda, but I'll check and find out for you. In the search transfers, is there a way to get the newest on top? I believe you can click at on the date on the top and it orders them by the newest ones, Terry. So at the top of that, just click the date field and it'll reorder your transfers.